Hello again, RoyZesch.REALTOR here with Coldwell Banker Legacy in San Angelo. Today I want to talk to you about for sale by owner. Sometimes people think that, hey, I'm ready to sell my house, but I can save a lot of money if I don't use a real estate agent. I'll just sell it myself. This should work out great. It's easy to do. Anybody can do it, right? Not quite. There's a couple of issues with it I want to talk about. The first one is pricing. You may think you know what your house is worth, and you might even be right, but it's hard to tell unless you have access to all the market information that the realtor has access to. So I can look at information. I know all the houses that have sold in your area and things like that, and I know the values of them, and so what they sold for. And so I can take that and come up with a lot better value on your property than you're able to do. You have some information, and depending on your knowledge, it could even be really accurate. So there's a potential there. So say you think I'm going to save 6% commission. I'm going to put it on the market and sell it myself, but you underprice it by 7% or 8% or 10%, which is real easy to do. Then you're going to end up netting less money that way than you would have the other way. Or the other end of it too, you overprice it by 15 or 20% and you don't get any activity, you don't get your house sold. So that's the first thing to think about with it, is making sure you get the most dollars out of the house that you can, because that's your goal. And if you can do that without a commission, then hey, that makes sense. The second thing to understand is just statistically that for sale by owners, FSBOs, don't sell for as much as other houses, as houses that are sold by agents. Now, statistics being what they are, I'm not sure that it's an apples to apples comparison, but that's what the statistics typically show us, is they'll sell for as much as 10 or 15% less, which again is much more than the commission you're likely to be paying. So that's one issue. The second issue is those statistics also show that if a house is going to sell for sale by owner, that it's going to sell fairly quickly, probably to someone that the owner knows. So in this way, it's not necessarily a bad thing to, as a short-term decision, say, hey, I'm going to put my house on the market for 60 days, whatever, and try to sell it myself, because there is a potential to save that commission money. So sometimes this works. If you know somebody, particularly in your circle, that is interested in your house, then this is a way that you possibly can save some money. There's still some drawbacks to it, but there can be some real money saving. The thing is, if you don't sell it in that time window, it's been on the market now, but now's the time to seriously consider taking it to a realtor. So one more thing to think about with it. If you have it for sale by owner and a realtor helps bring a client to show it, you're probably going to end up paying them a commission as well, or they're not going to show the property to their client, because that's how they earn their income. And again, in Texas, the commissions are typically paid by the seller, so you're going to be expected to pay at least half of what would be the normal commission if you had a realtor handling your property in the first place. So there goes part of your savings. The second thing is, and this is really a marketing issue, a big chunk of what the real estate agent's job is marketing the house. So you're going to miss out on a lot of the avenues for marketing. It's not going to be in the multiple listing service. Yes, you can put it on Zillow. Talked about the accuracy of their data and whatnot. It's a really amazing app with what they're able to show you, but it's not the most accurate. So you get it out there. You're going to get less exposure for your property, which again is probably going to result in it spending more time on the market. If it's priced well, you may still get activity depending on the amount of traffic you get, how hard you're willing to work to get the word out about it, to market it, then that's going to affect it as well. And then the final thing I want to talk about is all the requirements of things that have to be done when you get ready to sell a house. There's a seller's disclosure, there's other disclosures of anything that's happened in the house. There's, if you have had inspections in the past, you have to disclose those. There's going to be all the handling, the negotiations, all the things like that again, the real estate agent is going to help you deal with. So if you're doing it yourself and you're prepared to handle those things, then again, there could be some advantages. But if you miss one of those things, you could really have an issue where you're in violation of a law or some disclosure notice or something like that, and you're not even aware of it. You don't have the contacts typically, again, you might, with the people that can do the service work, with the surveys, with the inspections, all the different things that come into it. So it's going to be some work for you, and basically when it's all said and done, you may well find out that work might have been worth it to pay somebody else to do. So anyway, there's some things you can do, and again, you possibly can save some money if you can sell it yourself. And it's not just I think this. It's, no less of an expert than Dave Ramsey. You can watch some of his videos on the subject, and there's a lot of the things I talked about, he talks about as well. Hiring an expert to do something you don't do very often that we do every day is usually money well spent. You will probably make money in the long run. Not a guarantee, but in more cases than not, there's less risk, and you'll probably make just as much or possibly even more from the sale of your house than you would have netted doing it yourself. So anyway, just thoughts about that. If you got any questions, give me a call. RoyZesch.REALTOR, 325-268-0775. Thank you.